welcome everybody. It's just check the sound's working before I start talking and find out none of you can hear me. Good, excellent. Now, today's just going to be just a short stream. What it is, Krakenships are a sponsor of mine, and as you all know, I haven't been streaming for a long time because of things. So this is my first stream back. But what it is, Krakenships have now got a Kickstarter. Thank you for subscribing, Mokai, and I think I saw Michelle has subscribed as well. Anyway, getting back to the subject again, I shall say hello to everybody in a second, and now I've forgotten my train of thought. What's happened is Krakenships have just started a Kickstarter, so I felt to show some respect to Krakenships because they sent me these beautiful miniatures. I should really try to show you all how fantastic their miniatures are to support their Kickstarter. So before I carry on showing you the miniatures, I shall see if I can say hello to most people in chat. Well, everybody's disappeared already. I can see Mr. Perks. Hello, Mr. Perks. Crypt Monkey, Goblin Squire, who's probably eating lots of yummy food at the moment. We got Michelle. Ty's in the house. Hello, Ty. The Dover Cook. Mr. Fish is in the house. Hello. And again, Mokai, thank you so much for subscribing. And Mr. Perks again. And Gerald's in the house. And Honor GS. Oh, loads of you. Loads of you. Loads of you. Okay, let's show you what I've got. Now, Krakenships sent me their complete collection of what they've done so far. They are a small company, but they're dealing with miniatures that you can't get from other companies, so they're trying to keep the miniatures unique to D&D and whatever, you know, just a certain characters you probably haven't got in your collection, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the Forest Guardians. Let's see if we can get some focus. I'll see if I zoom in a little, and we shall get some. Thank you for following, Barbarian. On Barbarian. You'll have to excuse my English. Even though I am English, I cannot speak it. Let me get some focus on these minis for you. There you go. So they are 28mm miniatures, but for the real scale, they're about 1/57. So like 1/57 scale. Star Wars Legion is 1/57 scale. So your Star Wars Legion miniatures are roughly about the same size as this. Now, 28mm heroic scale miniatures are 32mm. So these still work perfectly with your Reaper miniatures and your WizKids miniatures. They're exactly the same size. They are just given a different height ratio and a different name. They are in fact 28mm heroic scale miniatures, which will fit in with all your miniatures that you already play. So this is the female Barbarian. They are very well sculpted. You got your base there. Let me just double check. I think it's yes, it is. It's your 1-inch grid base. So perfect for D&D, Pathfinder. They'll fit straight away in all your games with your 1-inch grid base. Okay, we got a male bard. I mean, these are absolutely beautiful miniatures. Now, I did paint quite a few of these about a year or so ago, but I've already given them away to my patrons. Doesn't take me long to give my stuff away. Now, the Forest Guardians are absolutely beautiful miniatures. I'm not sure. I gave Scorpler the link to the Kickstarter. So hopefully she'll post that up for you. I just missed what somebody said there. We got a female monk. Like I say, what Krakenships are doing, they're doing all your miniatures. Thank you for subscribing, Corey. they're doing all the miniatures that you will not find other companies doing, and that's fantastic because there's so many companies are doing the same old miniatures, but just like in different variations. What Krakenships are doing, I'm finding, is they're introducing miniatures that you probably won't find, the more Medicure type miniatures that you probably won't find. So it's always nice to have miniatures which are a little bit unique to what you're collecting. And like I say, these all fit perfectly in your D&D games. I got another monk. This is a nice one. And these are all the forest guardians. Are these all 11? Ty, what I've got here is the complete... what I've got is all the miniatures they released in the last Kickstarter, okay? Now, I've also got 11 doublers of these miniatures. Now, what I'm going to do is anybody that's on one of my painted tiers that has a miniature sent to them, thank you for subscribing. Anyone who's on one of my painted tiers that has a box sent to them, if you leave a message in chat for Scorpler, now I've only got 11 spare. One's already been taken for Dawn, but if you would like one of these miniatures put into your box for your next miniatures when I send them to you, just leave your name at the bottom and say Claire or Scorpler, I want a mini. Yeah, Scorpler, I want a mini. Just put that in chat if you want a mini sent in your next box. And what I'll do, I'll send you one of these random miniatures. Scorpler's like, what? Where? What? When? Yeah, there, just there on Discord. Anybody in chat who has a boxed miniature sent to them through my Patreon, then I will add one of these to their boxes if they so would like one added to their box. Am I making sense, everybody? Am I making sense? Okay, let's carry on. So we've got a female bard. Well, the thing with it is, Hamish, I mean, Krakenships were kind enough to send me all these miniatures. I mean, they didn't cost me anything. I backed their last Kickstarter, so I did get all the miniatures myself. But they've also sent me a doublers of all the miniatures. So it would seem a bit rude if I didn't give back to the community. As you can, there's no point me keeping them all. My box of shame is, spreading into the garden now. I ain't got time to paint this many minis. Yes, these are absolutely beautiful miniatures. So here we are. This is the female bard. What you can do as well is, once I've gone through all the different miniatures, if you'd prefer a certain miniature sent to you, just say which unit you'd like from. This is the male druid. Now there's 3 different sets. You've got the forest guardians, you've got the grim malkin. These are like your catfolk type. These are your grim malkin. Let's see if I say that right. Thank you for all the cheers. And you've also got the shellon. I'm calling them shellon. I'm assuming that's because they're shell type creatures. I'm saying shellon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Again, thank you for the cheer. So these are the catfolk, as I call it. And these are very nice. These actually come a little bit like the WizKids miniatures, where you get the clear plastic magical effects. So you've got the actual miniature. What I will say about these, and I don't like to say bad things about other companies, but I think most of you know I really do not like miniatures that have been primed. Miniatures that have been pre-primed, you need to still remove mold lines. So these ones do not come pre-primed. You can just get these miniatures all ready yourself. I'm really not keen on having miniatures primed already, especially. But these are very clean. You don't get many flash marks, mold lines. They look very clean. Let me see if I can get better focus for you. Like I say, it's my first stream back, so you'll have to excuse me if I'm a bit rusty. It feels like I've been away for years! Years! Yes, I think we're all in agreement about pre-priming. It's a thing that was not needed. Let's put it this way. That's all I'll say. All I'll say is you do not need to sell a miniature pre-primed, because as an artist, as a hobbyist, as a collector of miniatures, I'd prefer to do all that myself. I want to prime my miniature. I want to get that miniature ready myself, ready for painting. I don't want someone else to prime my miniatures for me. Okay, I'm rambling on here. Let me just move on, and we'll move on to the Sorcerer. I mean, they're very, very nice miniatures, and I don't think they're charging a great deal. Again, if you live in the UK, you will be paying on any Kickstarter. On any Kickstarter you back, if you live in the UK or EU, you normally get charged 20% tax or VAT added to your Kickstarters. So always remember that if you are backing any Kickstarters. If you see the initial price, just remember you've normally got at least 20% to add on top, including your postage and packaging. Now, I'm not trying to put you off backing any Kickstarters, but I have backed quite a few Kickstarters myself, and all of a sudden I've had that 20% added on top, and it's like, oh my god, I've just overspent by like £200, you know. So when you're backing Kickstarters, you have to be really careful, and remember to keep that 20. I'd say keep 35% in your head, and that would include your postage costs as well, and just add that to the initial price of any Kickstarter. Mr. Perks, they are really nice minis. I mean, look at this one. It's got the hat and everything. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's got his little loot on the back there. Now, I know many of my patrons, they absolutely love Catfolk. So I think you're gonna actually love these type of miniatures. They really are nice. Really are nice. Oh, we got it's the same one. That's a doubler. See, that's when I say I got doublers. See, I can give one of those away because I've got two of them. And we got the monk. They got some really nice poses on these miniatures too. They're not your average stuck in one position. You've got some real nice flowing poses for the whole miniature. Yes, I was just saying, Dawn, they are lovely poses, aren't they? Okay. Now everybody loves the poses. Well, there we are. It's true though. If you see a miniature and you got a good pose, I mean that's a selling point itself on a miniature. If you got that one miniature that really takes your eye and they're in that ultimate pose. This one's more of the lion mini. Definitely your fighter. You got all the armor on there. When I get more time, I will do some painting tutorials on these miniatures. I think I did one a year ago, but what I'll do is I'll do some quick basic tutorials on each set that I've got now. Okay, so let's move on to the Shellons, and we'll go straight to the wizard. And these are like turtle folk. Now, like I say, if you are keen and you'd like me to post one of these miniatures with your miniature box that I send to you, just leave a message in chat for Sculptor, and we'll happily add one of these miniatures to your boxes. Now, you can have a choice. You can either have a miniature from the Shellon, or the Grimlickin, or the Forest Guardians. Now, I've only got like 4 of each, so first come, first served. And the Cleric. On the new Kickstarter, they've got like elephants and all sorts of things. There's some really interesting new miniatures they're making. So check out their new Kickstarter. And like I say, it's always cheaper to buy your miniatures from a Kickstarter than it is from the shop, and you're going to get a better deal than if you bought from the shop. If you do back their Kickstarter and you leave a message, just say the Goblin King sent you. Just tell them the Goblin King sent you. Just so they know I'm giving them some love. Okay, and we got another monk. Now, I like this one. This reminds me of that Kung Fu Panda thing. You know, in Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, this is one of my favourites. It's just again, it's the pose. Is it Kung Fu Panda, or what am I thinking of? Maybe I'm thinking of World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft or Kung Fu Panda, but this reminds me of something from that with the stick. I'm sure one of you out there will be thinking the same thing. That's it, Master Uguay. That's it, boy. I absolutely love Kung Fu Panda. It's one of my favourite films. Alright, okay. And we got the warrior. Kung Fu Cookies. Hello, Renegade Shank. And then, of course, this is the last one. This is the warrior. Now, that's all the miniatures. Now, I got one last thing I want to show you. And that is, we've got, they sent me this little, like, surprise box. And, now, I haven't seen these on any of the Kickstarters. But what they are, they're like mini minis. And they're quite, absolutely quite lovely. If I can open the little bubble pack. Now, this scale, I would say, is 1/78 scale. These are tiny little things, but they are absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can zoom that in. You can see how small it is, because I'm getting more and more focus on here. There you go. I mean, these are tiny. I don't know what they're doing with these miniatures. I haven't seen them for sale. I haven't seen them on their Kickstarter, but they're like ultra small little minis. Yeah, I think they're a little bit bigger than 15, but you can see you've got your rogue, but they're beautiful tiny little minis. It's almost like they're not 28mm, they're smaller than 28. They're like they're like an odd size. I haven't got a gaming system that I could actually fit these little minis in. But they're gorgeous, gorgeous little minis. And the detail for that size, and mini is quite unique. I think it's beautiful. I like to bring a smile, Mr. Perks. And we got a warrior. You'll have to excuse my dirty fingers. I've been painting all day. I got ink wash and all sorts all over me, and the camera's really showing it up. So there we are. That is all the miniatures from the Krakenships line of minis from the last Kickstarter. So go and take a look at their Kickstarter. If you want to back it, then back it. If you don't want to back it, you don't have to back it. Nobody is forcing you to do anything. I know things are difficult at the minute with money. I can't afford to back Kickstarters at the minute. I'm absolutely strapped. And that's the way life is. We all have different things, and I mean, we all have so many miniatures to paint already. I mean, I got my Bones 5 coming in April, and I don't even know where I'm going to store all my miniatures. But I will say one thing before I say goodnight to everybody, and that is these miniatures are beautiful. I want to thank Krakenship Miniatures for sponsoring me and sending me these miniatures. I will be doing some painting tutorials on all the different sets, and of course get in touch with Scorpler. You can do it through Discord later on if you like. But I have got 11. I have 11 of these spare that I would like to send to all my patrons that have boxes sent to them, because that way I can give away miniatures, but I don't have to pay the extra postal costs. And it does make sense if I can give the miniatures away to people that are already on a tier with a box getting sent to them. So these will be sent in your next parcels. Hello, Casper Kenobi. I'm just about to say goodnight to everybody. I don't know. I just wanted to do a quick show to get myself back onto the Twitch, and also to show you these amazing miniatures. Hello, Scottish Andy. Thank you so much. I'm just about to say goodnight to everybody. I just wanted to do a quick show to show you these beautiful miniatures. Now, have you got any questions before I do say goodnight to everybody? Thank you all so much for popping on. I wasn't expecting anybody, to be honest. Maybe one or two. Thank you for subscribing, Scottish Andy. It's very, very kind of you. And yes, and thank you everybody that subscribed tonight. I know I've been away for quite a while. It has been a very, very hard time for me the last few weeks. But my mindset is getting back to normal again, and I'm starting to love my life again. But I did go through a very, very iffy stage a few weeks back. But we got there. I got all the love of my goblins, and of course my beautiful Scorpler, and all my animals and my family. I mean, you're all family to me. So thank you so much for popping on. Lots of love to everybody. Now, I'm not sure when my next stream will be. I was thinking of doing a stream where I just turn my camera on and just leaving it running so you can see what I do through the day. But I'm going to have a really good think about what I'm going to do, because I am changing in the way I do things, mainly because of what's been happening in my life. So I've been trying to find a road that I feel comfortable with. And what you've done tonight is really boosted my confidence to get back onto Twitch. So I thank you all so much for that. So I'm going to say goodnight. Love to every single one of you. And thank you all for popping on and saying hello and showing their support. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. And you take care, every single one of you.